my phone, it doesn't want to turn on when it's locked into the tripod. It's Mask Monday. I got this somewhere. I don't remember where. One of my boxes. It's a hot chocolate self-heating clay mask. I always gripe because they're cold, so this one's supposed to heat up. Of course, it's not this kind that's cold. It's the sheet mask. And this isn't a sheet mask. Uh-oh. Not sure I can get it open. Come on. There we go. Alrighty. We are going to, I warn you, there may be singing involved. I'm going to go over a list of my 10 top Christmas songs. Oh, it looks like hot chocolate. Feels like chocolate too. Not that I've ever put chocolate on my face, but feels like melted chocolate chips is what it feels like. I don't know if it is, but I don't think it is, but that's what it feels like. Oh. My hair keeps getting, oh shoot, I just got it all in my hair. Now I'm gonna have to take a shower. I just got more in my hair. I should have put a headband on or something. It's all getting in my hair. That's not good. Oh well, it's cold today. Shower will feel good. But I'm definitely gonna have to wash my hair now. I got chocolate. It is warming up. It feels good. The brand is Miss Spa. Kind of cool, because usually I gripe about how cold they are. This one's heating up. Alrighty. It's ooey gooey. This time I got smart and brought a wet paper towel though to get the ooey gooey off. Ugh, it's a good thing I brought 2 paper towels because it's definitely really thick on my fingers. It's like dipping your hand in a big old bowl of melted chocolate chips. It's basically what it felt like. And this is warming up. It's not getting hot or anything. It's just warming up a little bit. It feels good. I have to look for another self-warming one now that it's winter time. Here we go. There's probably enough in here to... no, I guess not. Not enough to do it again. Ugh. Alrighty, turn my iPad on so we can see the... Now these are in just order as I thought of them, not order of preference. So my top 10 favorite Christmas songs, Silent Night. I think that's one of everybody's favorites. Almost every church I've ever been to, the last song they do is Silent Night, and they do the whole, you know, you have a candle and you light the person next to you, and you can watch they turn off the lights and you can watch the light go through the whole church. It's kind of really cool. Almost all churches do that. Oh Holy Night, that's another one I really like. Let It Snow, because down in the South we don't get a whole lot of snow. So I like that song about let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I told you there might be some singing involved. I don't know if y'all know this one. It's called Mary Did You Know? It's like, Mary, did you know that your baby child would someday walk on water? And it's a bunch of lines like that. And Mary, did you know that your baby child would save us all, or something like that. I can't remember the words to that one exactly. It's the version of that that's the best version is Pentatonix. I don't know if you know who Pentatonix is. It's a cappella group, and you can't, it's amazing because you can't really tell that they not singing with instruments, with music. It's just their voices, but they do a beautiful version of that. Mary, did you know? Let's see, what else do I have? Breath of Heaven. There's somebody at our church that used to sing that, and that one's about Mary, basically, and about how she's like confused and doesn't know what's happening to her, and why me, and all that kind of stuff. It's a really pretty song, though. O Come, Emmanuel. I love that one too. What Child Is This? There's a lot of Mary and the Baby ones, evidently, that I like. Joy to the World. Yes, we could use a little joy in this world right now. Little Drummer Boy. Our church did this. It was a few years back. They always do this great Christmas Eve thing, and they usually have this video they put together that's really innovative and interesting and different. And they have a band with drums and all that. And a few years back they did one where it was all the different drummers were there, and they did the Little Drummer Boy, but with these guys doing all these great drum solos. It was really good. The last one's that one about, it's a really annoying song, but for some reason I like it, that one about last Christmas I gave you my heart, the very next day you gave it away. That one. You hear that one so much that it gets really annoying, but for some reason, I guess because it sticks in your head so much, that I put it on my list because I couldn't get it out of my head. Oh, I forgot to look at the clock. Oh, let's see. Oh, it's been 7 minutes, so I keep forgetting. I'm such an idiot. I keep forgetting that I can look at the clock on the timer on my phone to know how long it's been. This is 20 minutes and it's totally still wet, so it'll be a while for it's done its thing. Should have had more than 10 songs. I ran out of songs to talk about. So what are your favorite Christmas songs? The channels that you can, there's always some radio station that has Christmas from not New Year's, the day after Thanksgiving to New Year's, basically, or to Christmas anyway. They play Christmas carols, not Christmas carols, Christmas songs. That's different. They play Christmas songs every day, 24 hours a day. And what's annoying to me is very few of them are Christmas carols. They're all just these secular things about walking around the Christmas tree, or I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus, and those are great songs, but what about the carols, the old hymns, Silent Night, No Holy Night, and those kind of ones? There's one station that plays them. It's a Christian station, and they play the secular stuff, but they also play the old hymns. So I like listening to that station because, I like the secular ones too, but it's about Jesus and what he did and why he came, and it's not about Santa Claus. At least not to me. It's about Happy Birthday, Jesus. So I think I'm going to have an okay Christmas. I'm going to have my regular Christmas with my family I live with, and my other son and his wife and kids are going to come over, and we're going to have our Lobus family Christmas that we have. That's my last name, in case you didn't know. So that won't be really a big difference for me. That's usually what I do, is I have one here with this family and then one with my other family. So usually the one with my other son and his wife kids, because he's a fireman. He was a fireman, then he was a policeman, now he's back to being a fireman again. So he works these weird shifts, so it's usually the Christmas with them is some oddball day. Sometimes it's as early as like the 18th or 19th, and some days some years it's as late as the 2nd or 3rd of January. Is just whenever we can work around his schedule, because my son I live with, he takes the last 2 weeks of the year off. He's worked where he works for over 20 years, so he's got a lot of vacation that he gets. So he'll take the last 2 weeks of the year off. They were gonna go skiing the day after Christmas. Ski resorts aren't gonna be open, so that didn't happen. So I don't think they're gonna really do anything. There's hang around home and have family time. Maybe have a game day or whatever. I bought a game that we haven't played yet, that I played it over at my other son's when I went over there for Thanksgiving, and I bought it so we could have it here, but we just haven't had a chance to play it. My grandson's been sick for 2 weeks now. I could use some prayers for him. They don't know what's wrong with him. He's tested him for COVID 2 different ways, and he doesn't have COVID, but he went back to school today because this is finals week, but he's still not doing good. He's got continuous really bad headaches, and he's super tired all the time, and they don't know what's wrong with him, which is frustrating when you don't feel good and they don't know what to do to fix it. So prayers for wisdom for the doctors would be great. I mean, I know how frustrating it is to have something wrong with you and they can't figure out what it is. I didn't drive for 2 years because they didn't know what was wrong with me, and I went to one neurologist here close to my home, and she basically said, I don't know what's wrong with you, so you can never drive again. And I was like, not so willing to accept that. I went 2 years without being able to drive. I'm tired of this. So I went down to Dallas, where the big teaching hospitals are, and went to their neurology department and finally figured out what was going on with my, some of y'all know I had this neurological thing that caused my eyes to close, and that was why I couldn't drive, because you can't really drive if your eyes are closed. So it's frustrating when you go for a long time and they can't figure out what the heck's going on with you, but they finally did, so I'm back driving again. I have been for years, but those 2 years when I couldn't drive were pretty bad. I have to depend on somebody else for everything. And because I got divorced. I was married 15 years. My kids were 4 and 10 when I got divorced. So the rest of the time raising my kids and stuff, I was a single mom, and so I became very, very independent, not counting on anybody else for anything. And it's hard to count on somebody else for every little thing, But I got through it. I'm back now. I can help other people in those kinds of situations. Like my neighbor for a while wasn't driving, so when we got our groceries, we'd get her groceries, stuff like that. I went grocery shopping today. I get home, I get a text from my granddaughter, can we have lasagna this week? And my daughter-in-law, and then my granddaughter's like, can we have Wrong Way Diner soup? Which is, they went out to Nevada, or through skiing in Nevada a few years ago, and there's this place by Area 51. I forget the name of the town, but there's a diner called Wrong Way Diner, and they had this chicken tortilla soup that was super good, and she usually doesn't like veggies, and she loves this, and it's got bell pepper and zucchini and onions in it, and she still likes it. So and Rotel tomato stuff. So something to get veggies in all of us basically is it's worth it. So it's pretty easy to make too. I'll have to look up the recipe. I don't know exactly, but it's like 1 chopped up bell pepper. I think it's like 8 ounces of zucchini maybe chopped up, a couple cans of Rotel, a box of chicken soup, chicken broth, and a can or 2 of canned chicken. That's pretty much it. And Just cook that for just a little bit till the veggies get a little tender, and we serve it with those scoop kind of chips. But oh, and you put lots of mozzarella cheese on top. That's what makes it. It's grated mozzarella cheese on top. So or is it mozzarella? It's Jack. It's supposed to be Jack cheese. That's what it is. I'll have to remember to put that on the grocery list. Because I put all the other fixins for it. I just didn't put the Jack cheese on the grocery list. But I'm sure mozzarella would probably work too. It's white and it melts. What's the difference? Obviously, I'm not a cheese connoisseur. It's like, white melty cheese, that'll work. So, what are y'all doing the next couple weeks? Are you all caught up with your shopping? I still have a little bit of shopping left, and boxes everywhere, all over my bedroom that need to be opened and wrapped. I did a wrap, W-R-A-P, and R-A-P video a little bit ago that, I don't know, I don't think it's up yet. I scheduled it to, I just discovered, I mean, I've been doing this a couple years now, and I just discovered like about a month ago that you could schedule videos. You could do them ahead of time and schedule them. I didn't know that. So I would just, tape it, post it, tape it, post it. And now I know that you don't have to do it that way. You can schedule them to release whenever you want them to. Silly me, who knew? So now it helps me get ahead a little bit on my Vlogmas. So far I'm doing okay. It's like the 14th today, I think. Yeah, I think it's the 14th. And I've made it every day for 2 weeks. So I only have, 10 more days to make it all the way through easy for me to say Vlogmas. And of those 10 days, there'll be one more Mask Monday and 2 more Friday 5. So that's 3 out of the 10. So there's 7 more content ones I have to come up with. I'm kind of running out of ideas. I think I'm going to, today or tomorrow, walk around my house and show you our Christmas decorations. We didn't put out a lot this year, so it's going to be a short video. not a lot to see. Got several nativity scenes and the tree, and that's about it. The table. We've got a Christmas puzzle we're working on. Are you a jigsaw puzzle working family? My family does jigsaw puzzles, but my grandson and we don't have the patience for it. I mean, my son and daughter-in-law and my granddaughter, they love doing it, and they'll sit there for a long time doing it, and I get bored. About all I do when it comes to jigsaw puzzles is I go through and I'll pick out the edge pieces and put them in a little pile for somebody else, and that's my contribution, is going through and picking out the edge pieces. That's all I do. Just not a jigsaw puzzle kind of gal. So I sent out a few cards to some of you, those of you who I have your address. So expect some cards from me. I stuck them in the mail today. Didn't get one for everybody because I don't have everybody's addresses, but those whose addresses I did have, I sent you out one of my handmade cards. I went through, I have like 5 shoeboxes full of cards I've made from years past, some of them. So I went through and I sorted them finally after all these years. And so I picked out all the Christmas ones from who knows how long ago I made them. Made a bag of those, and then I put all the birthday ones together, and then I make a lot of generic ones that I can turn into something. I can turn it into sympathy or get well or whatever, so they don't have any kind of sentiment on them. I make a lot of birthday ones because we always need those, and then the rest of them I kind of leave blank so that I can make them be whatever I want them to be. And then Christmas ones, of course, are very specific. So I separated out the Christmas ones and the birthday ones and put all the generic ones back in the box. Threw a bunch of trash away. They were, over the years the tape kind of dries up, the glue tape stuff I use, and they started falling apart. So anything that had pieces missing off of it. I just threw all that stuff away. Could have probably fixed it all, but I have hundreds of them, so. And I have done this once, and I probably need to do it again. They have this, I gotta find it again. It's an organization where you send like birthday, Christmas, just all different kinds of cards. You send them to this place, and they send them out to the troops, so the troops can in return send them back to their families. So you make, say you make a birthday card, and you give it to this organization, they send it out, and then some guy overseas sends that birthday card to his wife or his mother or whatever. So that's the thought behind that. And so I've sent a bunch out, a few hundred out over the years, and I'm getting a big old pile of cards again. It's time to send another batch out to the troops. Although for the first time in my memory, we haven't been in a war somewhere. I mean, that's one, whether you love him or hate him, that's one thing about Trump, is he's the first president in umpty-ump years that hasn't brought us into some kind of war or another, his whole presidency. So we'll see whether I get my act together and send some of those out or not. I don't know if the organization even still exists, because it was more when we were over like in Iraq and Iran more heavily. I mean, we're still there, but just not as heavily. Oh, it's been 21 minutes and 39, 40, 41, 42 seconds. So it's time to take this off. Ugh. Never did dry, but I'll go wash it off and come back and show you my glowing skin. Well, oops, did I miss some? It's pretty soft. I like the feel of it because it warmed. So hope you all have a good day, and happy Mask Monday.